and welcome. Till now we have learned how to add different objects into the viewport and how to move those objects from one place to another, how to rotate them and how to scale them. In today's session we are going to see some basic techniques of animation. These techniques are very useful to enhance our animation and go to the realistic animation. So, let us start. Animation, this word has originated from a Latin word, that is anima. Anima means giving life to something. When we animate, what we do? Actually, we create several frames which are little bit different from one another. For example, if I want to animate a hand moving from this position to that position, okay, then what will I do? I will create several in between positions of this hand and I will run these all frames with 24 frames per second. So, I will get an illusion of movement, moving this hand from one position to another. Okay, that is why this technique is called as animation. Some senior animators from Disney Studios have documented their experiences and some basic techniques of animation in Illusion of Life. This book is like a Bible for every animator. They have written 12 principles which are very important to enhance our animation and go to the realistic animation. So, today we are going to learn one of these animation principle which is called as squash and stretch. So, let us start. Here are two animations, animation A and animation B. In animation A, you will see that ball is coming inside the frame, hitting the ground and going out. Same thing is happening in animation B. What is the difference in these two animations? Can you find out? Let us see these in slow motion. So, animation A in slow motion and animation B. Can you recognize? Okay, let us see. There is a one frame having all the positions of ball. So, you can see clearly what is exactly the difference, what is happening in animation B. Here in animation B, you will find out that when ball is going to hit the ground and when it goes off, it is changing its shape. This is a deformation. Why this deformation happens? This deformation differs according to the softness of the material. For example, I show this ball which is very soft. If I press it with my hand, what is happening? It is deforming. Okay. If I press it like this or like this, deformation is happening. Why? Because material of this object is very soft. Now, if I take this plastic ball and if I press it with my hand, it is very hard, nothing is happening to it, it is not deforming. So, let us go back and see those animations of A and B again. Now, can you find out the difference of material according to the deformation of the ball? Okay, in animation A, the ball is not deforming. That means the material of the ball is very hard, like this plastic ball. In animation B, the ball is like this soft ball. Okay, when the ball comes with the speed, because some certain amount of force is applied to it, because of that force, the ball comes and hits the ground. Because of this softness, it changes, it deforms when it comes inside and when it hits the ground and it goes away. So this is how deformations happen in the animation according to the material of that object, and this deformation is called as stretch and squash in the language of animation. Okay. Now let us see how this deformation, squash and stretch, is used in animation. This principle of stretch and squash enables the animator to deform the object. When object is deformed because of the speed, it is called as stretch, and when the object is deformed because of an impact, it is called as squash. When we add this principle to our animation, it gives realistic motion. It is also used to create comic movements in animation. You must have seen the animated series of Tom and Jerry. This is the excellent example to observe stretch and squash. Let us see how to add this stretch and squash. As you can see in the illustration, when I throw a ball horizontally, the force is horizontal. So the stretch is also will be the horizontal. Okay, that means deformation of the object is parallel to the direction of the force. What about the squash? Squash depends upon the object on which it is going to collide. In this illustration, you can see that the ball is very soft and the wall on which it is hitting is hard. So the squash of the ball is dependent upon the colliding surface. Okay. In the second illustration, you will see the corner on which the soft ball is hitting. The ball is getting deformed according to the corner of that hard surface. In third, you will see that the surface is also soft. So the surface will also deform according to the weight of that ball. This is how the percentage of deformation and the style of deformation is depend upon the surface or the object on which it is hitting. One important tip to remember: when we animate any object, it is a common habit of every animator that he or she get so much involved in that process that after some time he forgets about maintaining the volume. So it is always preferable to see that how the volume is maintained or not. So whenever you apply stretch and squash, always remember to maintain the volume throughout the animation. What if we don't use this principle? As you have seen animation A and B, the ball in animation A is like this. Will you agree to it? Because it is a soft ball, and in animation A, it looks very hard. So this is how it gives misunderstanding about the material of that object. So it is very important to use this principle to give realistic effect of that particular element. So keep adding principles to your animation and make it more realistic. In future sessions, we will be adding some more principles. So keep watching.